I'm Amber, and in this video I'm going to show you how to upload a variable product to your Cake to You store. So in the previous video where I went over the more basic settings, we uploaded a simple product. That's where the customer doesn't have any choices in terms of size or quantity or flavour or colour or dietary requirements. But this time we're going to upload a variable product where the customer does have some options. So I won't go through all the settings because I've covered the basics in the previous video and you can watch that. But let's put vanilla and raspberry cupcakes. And I've pre-prepared a short description just so that you don't have to watch me type it in. We'll put a default image there. Remember, you want your images to be under a megabyte in size and between 600 and 1200 pixels, ideally square, because the grids are square and we don't want it stretched or squished, and under a megabyte so that it uploads nice and quickly and so the customer isn't waiting and maybe getting bored and going and doing something else. I won't go through these settings because I covered those in the previous video. But what we do need to talk about is if we're adding a variation, we need to add attributes in the Attributes tab. So we're going to set this as being available in different colours. So the cupcakes are available in blue, they're available in green, and they're also available in yellow. We need to check that Use as Variation is ticked, so that means that the customer will have an opportunity to select it. And then we click on the Variations tab and a new menu opens. So default form values, so this means will one of the options be pre-selected when the customer loads the page up? I'm going to leave that as blank for now. But for the different selections, I'm going to add a different image. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have images for all the different colours. If you had red, for example, and you didn't have that, you could just only change it for the colours you do have. But yes, we do have images, and we do need to put a price in, because if we don't, then the lovely different pictures won't show when the customer selects it. So let's put the different pictures all in. Yes, we already had yellow as the default picture, but if we want somebody who clicks on blue and then clicks back to yellow or green and so and back to yellow, so on, to come back to the yellow picture, we need to select that in here. Now, next we need to put in the ingredients. This is a mandatory field, and I'm just going to put in flour, butter, eggs. But obviously you would put in the exact ingredients of your product, but that'll do for now. And then we need to go to the availability, check we're happy with the availability settings. I'm just going to reduce that by 1. But yes, so there we go. We have 48 hours lead-in time and available only on Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, and 2 available on a Saturday. So I'm going to save the booking selection, and then I'm going to submit the product. And there's the bing bong. And so if we click on this little eye, we can now go and view the product in the main page. And so you can see that the product has been uploaded with the yellow image as the default. But if we choose blue or green, then the picture changes accordingly. So now, what if we want to add some more options? So if we click over here, we can go back to the edit page and add some more options. So let's go back to attributes, and this time we will say that they can choose different quantities. So let's say that these cupcakes are available in 6, and they are also available in 12. Uses variation is ticked. Let's move into the variations menu. So now you can see we have 2 default options. I'm going to keep the color as not default, but I am going to make the quantity default, because otherwise when they choose color but don't choose anything else, the color of the image won't change. So I'm going to make sure that there already is a value set in there. So we know that the price of 6 is 18. So we'll change all these to 6 now. And we will add another 3 options on for the 12s with the different pictures. So blue, now we're going to say that's £30 for 12, and 12 in green. Oops, there we go. And £30 again. And 12 in yellow. £30. Lovely. So we don't need to change the availability because we've already sorted that. So let's submit that and go and have a look and click on the eye to take us through. And there we go. So you can see now that we've got a variable price depending on the quantity selected. So if we change the colour to blue, the image still changes. But at the moment it's set for 12, so the price is 30. But if we change it to 6, the price goes down to 18. Right, lovely. Right, last thing to show you is how to set dietary requirements. The flavour is fairly self-explanatory, but dietary requirements does warrant a bit of a mention, just because if you offer it as a normal variant, i.e. contains eggs, gluten, whatever, you need to add not applicable to the selection. So we're going to pick all of the options. These cupcakes are available in all of these variations. So let's click on the variations tab, and you can see we now have the option to add a default for the dietary requirements. So I'm going to put not applicable. We don't need to change any of the other options because it's not going to change the colour of the picture or the price. So that's fine. I mean, it can change the price and you could do the extra settings for that, but I'm not going to do that this time. And so we can click through. So now you can see that the colour changes, but we also have the various dietary requirements set. So hopefully that explains how to do that, and we'll see you on the platform soon.